Yeah, okay, so guess I'll continue this or whatever. So I found something, apparently you can do this. Lol. White, almost translucent. So clear it feels as though it doesn't belong to this world. It's as if she herself embodies a beauty that feels like a fading dream. Ni-chan, I'm right here. Okay. Eyes. Large and round, so deep I could fall into them. Gee. When you're looking at me, Oni-chan, I'm looking at you too. Someday, we might not even know who's looking at whom. The boundary between us might just fade away. We'll melt together, you and me. And it just sort of does this, and then it, I think, crashes to the title screen. Well, not really crashes, but you know what I mean. Okay. So, this is where we left off. I I don't know. I don't think these were there previously. Is this supposed to be like Nagatoro-san or something? Okay. Yo, Hasia, you listening to me, Hasiku? Yo, Kawa-senpai, you're drunk. Someone's feeling friendly tonight. I'll mess with him if he wasn't so sloshed. In this state, he's liable to bite my head off. We are at what one might call a rap party. A literature club holds one every year in honor of the completion of another illustrious anthology. Everyone save yours truly submitted a load of hot garbage. But when you're a 20-something geek with nothing to show for yourself, completing anything is a noteworthy achievement. Why not ignore the quality of the finished product and revel in the high of being a creator? Inexperience, youth, if you will, is a feeling of invincibility powered by a lack of metacognition. To be blunt, were I an editor, I wouldn't publish a single one of these so-called authors. What a rich selection of bad examples to select among. Do I admire this one for its rambling, incoherent plot? Relish that ego trip masquerading as fiction? Remark on all these ones' bravery in utterly ignoring that they write for an audience. No surprise that they all suck. I mean, one but us and our closest friends and family will read any of this crap. The club is just happy to pantomime the act of writing, play up some phony sense of intra-club rivalry and half their own farts. From the feeling in the room, you'd think that they had all written the next Faust. Let's get one thing straight. The publishing industry is cutthroat. Sorry to say, senpai, but if you want to make it big, you need to hate the world with more than you already do. Can't slide into complacency and accept the cushy college kid life. Cultivate your hate. You have to hate and hate and hate, and right when the hate grows so large it drives you out of your mind, you pick up a pen and let it spill out, slapdash across the page, and that's just the beginning of being a writer. You don't get to go out drinking with friends unless you want to end up as college guy A, a forgettable background character in someone else's story who never wrote a damn thing. But then again, you're fine with that, aren't you? You don't mind settling for mediocrity. I wish I could be like you. Ignorance is bliss. I envy you, really. You seem so happy in your narrow little life. Don't they, senpai? Are his teeth like slightly jagged? See here, Hasekun. Do you actually produce literature? Do you? Do you have those nights when you're gripped by blood-chilling, paralyzing rage, forcing you to lift the pen and write and write and write? You don't know literature. You don't know anything. There's more to literature than just the classics. There's literature in manga. You know that? How's that cute? There's literature even in the trashiest cute girl comic strips. The Four Comas. You're so right. Cute girls are rock and roll. You should totally go out of your way to write a story containing only young hotties. That's as rock and roll as it gets. Exactly. Problem with your work is that it is too pretentious. It reeks of immaturity. Flattered that you read it all. I don't know how I'll ever thank you enough. You're not writing your actual dream goal, and that's your problem. Dishonesty. The readers can tell. I can tell. What would I do without you, senpai? He's so smart. Oh, interesting. Iyakawa-senpai is tragically hung up on 2D girls. He does not, as he puts it, have a philosophical interest in them. It's a pure sex drive. He's a horny fucker, and he longs to ride in on a white horse, save the girl, and fulfill his messiah complex. He wants a girl straight out of a key game. Can't stop daydreaming about dozens of damsels in distress, all exactly the same. A little slip of a girl, none too bright, who he can chuckle paternally over before running to her rescue. She will, of course, fall madly in love with him. The devil is in the details, and God is in the idiot. Sakaguchi goes eponymous idiot is a feeble-minded girl, looked after by the male protagonist. Over the course of their story, he falls in love with the innocence imparted by her disability. It's a trope near and dear to the hearts of the modern nerd. What's there to love in a girl like that? Nerds fall to their knees before such women, because they have already eliminated all the alternatives. Why not choose someone with as much life experience, relationship experience as them? A terrifying proposition. More experience? Perish the thought. The modern nerd is a protector in his own mind. His girl's go-to line is, "Please, help, my knight in shining armor." Now, it's important not to be too eager. You have to roll your eyes and say, "If I must," before girding your manly loins, riding to the rescue, thus proving your superiority over her. A good half of Iyakawa-senpai's mental faculties are devoted to engaging in these fantasies. Them and their graphic sequels. The remainder is devoted to pride. No wonder he wants to hide who he truly is. But people are walking contradictions. We want to share our interests with like-minded individuals. That's why Iyakawa-senpai seeks me out to ramble about how moe anime is true rock and roll. It's true critique. It's the heart of literature itself. I know, he says. I know everything. He has to make his shaky claim to superiority precisely because that claim rests on such a very fragile foundation. It's a matter of survival. That, more or less, is the sum of this man's inner life. Everyone knows who he truly is, to some degree. Everyone sympathizes with who he truly is, also to some degree. Everyone here in this club operates along similar lines of reasoning. I can't let anyone find out that I'm not even trying. That's why they unconsciously shun me, the person who dared to try and who became a published author into the bargain. They don't want me around, but they don't have the nerve to say so. The hierarchy dictates that the only way to balance on their rung of the social ladder is to jockey for the position with other authors of a similar age. A pitiful bunch. In every sense, they're a colony of bats bumbling around in the dark. So that's why there's the bat motif. They'll give it up all in a few years and land rail jobs one way or another. Maybe once in a blue moon they'll post on a blog about the latest media sensation and win a modest readership that way, and they'll be happy. By then, the benefit of distance and hindsight might even allow for them to properly appreciate my works. Spineless, all of them. But you're not quite like them, are you, Hiyakawa-senpai? No, there's something fundamentally twisted inside you. You're different from the rest. The others lust about real women alongside their 2D counterparts. Some will even pair off to slink away for an after-party of sorts, engaging in a squalid bit of fluid swapping. Look, everyone, these two are so wasted they aren't even bothering to hide their horniness. In some ways, Hiyakawa-senpai is as real as it comes. He's the pinnacle of patheticness. I understand why he wants to rule atop this little hierarchy. He's not a poser like the rest of the group, people who jerk it to real, living and breathing women. That's why I struggle to watch him behave like a typical college student, one steeped in societal norms. I have to give him credit for being a good senpai, though. He's the perfect role model. He's how you live it up at a rap party. Here's how you blend in with the rest of the college-age crowd. That's all. He's just lonely. He wants other people to understand the emotions pent up inside him, but he can't alchemize them into stories like I can. Instead, he crams his brain with snobbish art films and the sort of books that you read only to look smart. He's a faker in every respect. Nowadays, they'll call you a LARPer. So much so that there's a kind of truth born from the fakery. Yeah, something like the fake is more true in its attempt to be genuine or something. Is that like Kaiki? I think he said that, yeah. I have faith in you, Hiyakawa-senpai. I really do. Oh. Is this what's going on in his mind? Like he just sees all of this around him? Oh. So, what do you think of my short story, Haseya-kun? I'd like to have the opinion of a published author. Are you sure? Do you mind if I'm honest? Of course I don't mind. Give it to me straight. I put serious effort into my writing. I want a review that's just as serious. If you were serious, you'd be entering contests, not mucking around with writing stories to post online. Well, if you say so, there were definitely some rough patches, but I could see your philosophical ideas at work. And there were real moments of brilliance too. I was impressed with how well the work explored the essence of girlhood. The ending seemed a little rushed, but I imagine the deadline and word count were to blame. Despite warning him, I won't spare his feelings. I lard my criticism with praise. Right. I would have loved to delve deeper with a full novel, but you know how it is. Bullshit. He just ripped off a tearjerker visual novel, and he knows it. Newsflash, moron. An editor wouldn't give this the time of day. They'll think, not more of this hackneyed crap. Toss it onto the slush pile. Delve deeper this, essence that. Shut up. Hiyakawa-senpai's true talent is his sheer obsession with girls. He'll be better off admitting it and writing R-18 light novels filled with a harem of doe-eyed damsels. Not even the internet wants his philosophical ramblings. Has he even cracked open his copy of the Tractatus? Or is it gathering dust on his bookshelf? I'll have to work extra hard to catch up with you, but still, I really think I have a shot at getting picked up by an editor at Litfleet. Is that what you were fishing for? Sort of encouragement from a published author? Disgusting. Get real. Getting picked up by publishers is just the beginning. You need to cultivate your hatred. You need to be pushed away from the herd and to weather the monstrous form of mass ostracization that only Japanese society can provide. Push through all this and pick up the pen, and that's where your new life begins. You're still playing pretend critic, senpai. You're no underdog. You're a cog in the ostracization machine. Oh well, might as well enjoy the moment since we are both drunk. Good luck to us both, huh, senpai? The others are all right in their own way, but only you and I really have what it takes. You think so, Haseya-kun? His eyes narrow further. You're right. Good luck to both of us. Because your short story was, well, so very commercial. It was basically pop fiction, fiction for the masses, primed for success in a capitalistic society. I suppose that's the sort of thing that wins awards these days. I should be more like you, really. I should, but I'm too much of an anarchist at heart. Go die. Yeah, honestly, real friends will say go die quite often, yes. I don't see you looking. I don't usually see you looking so upset, Oni-chan. I'm always upset. You always act upset, but tonight it's genuine. I get the feeling something sparked it. I'm reading auras now. They know you're so sensitive. It's not like that. I get upset whenever someone touches a nerve. Spare me the therapy session. So, what happened? The outside world can be an irritating place, huh? Telling me. Knowing that someone's putting you down just to feel better about themselves doesn't make it any easier to stomach. You love calling yourself an author. But well, you know you're not a real author yet. You just want to be one. Oof, touch a nerve indeed. Don't say it out loud. You'll be alright, I promise. There aren't many people like you out there, people who never stop hating, no matter how the world grinds them down. I promise that no one hates the world more than you do, and very, very few people have the talent to put that hatred on paper. Thanks, you're good at providing empty consolation. Good night, Mr. Sourpuss Writer. You shouldn't be so obviously suicidal, Oni-chan. Your writer's trying to sublimate feelings like that into your work, right? Every word that you write makes the urge more real, until eventually you have convinced yourself suicide is your only option. Suicidal people don't just broadcast their feelings because they're attention seekers. They do it to resolve themselves, to push themselves to the point of no return. You can't die on me, Oni-chan, okay? Aw. Okay, I don't understand what that's about. I've seen that once before, haven't I? Anyway, we're back here again. So, back to the caterpillar. What was the caterpillar again? Not reading books is proof that one is not lonely. Osamu Dazai. Oh yeah, the friend, yeah. Hey Hasya, what do you think you're going to do in the future? I don't know. Get a high school? Yeah, but what about after high school? Haven't thought about it. You always have your nose in a book, so I bet you're going to college and to study literature. I don't really care what I do, honestly. Anything but get a job, am I right? I'm not going to live to work, I can tell you that. You say that now, but you're just going to end up with some boring old company doing some boring old job. Everyone says they won't, and then everyone does it anyway. Does that include you too? Guess so. Socks. Igusa messaged me to hang out again, even though it hasn't been that long since the last time. Sounds like he's having some luck with the job hunt, made it to a final round interview or something. I really don't give a flying fuck. It's put me in a foul mood. I am, at my core, a shitty person. Our friendship would run its course soon anyway. It'll happen naturally, without ill will or intent, once he starts working. A stable existence is a given for those capable of leading a respectable life in society. And then there are those of us consumed by petty irritation at their entire upright existence. Suppose I should prepare a parting gift, something to see him off into his new life. We'll walk our separate ways, paths that won't and shouldn't ever cross again. The easy route would be to accept the grand fiction that is capitalism. My knee-jerk reaction is to reject other people's religious beliefs. That's what capitalism is, the blind faith in accumulation. All we unbelievers can do is to repudiate it with our stories. I can admit that we are the abnormal ones here. We are profoundly childish and arrogant. Sorry man, it's not really even about hatred. I have to reject you, my friend, so that I can remain myself. After all, we are both just struggling to survive. Forgive me. Alright. Oh, for me? You've never given me a gift before. It's no biggie. You office guys live and die by your business cards, right? Gotta have something slick to pull it out of. Give him a brand name business card holder as a gift. I have no idea how to talk to chicks like that. Did you see how eager they were when you said that you were a writer? They don't want to hear about my book though. It's better if you talk about your day-to-day gripes, that kind of stuff. Give him a few pickup tips. Are you sure? The book isn't out yet, isn't it? Man, I've been looking forward to it. I sometimes get pre-release copies from my editor. They said it's fine to give some away to my fans. Give him some of the exclusive items I've been able to get my hands on as an author. While I earn his gratitude, I sow seeds of guilt and inferiority. The act of giving is one that clearly delineates the haves from the have-nots. Once upon a time, two villagers got into a gift exchange where each side felt compelled to give back something even better than they had received in an ever-escalating competition. Each gift raised the bar for the next until both villagers collapsed under the massive economic burden. By the end, they were no longer making gifts but sacrifices. Even the young people handed over to the other villagers. All in service to reputation. What's the point in caring about social standing? I mean, I suppose those two villagers have a political interest in standing on top of their little village hierarchy, but this is between friends. It happens because we are obsessed with the object that is ourselves. Right now, Igusa is simultaneously experiencing surface pleasure and internal inferiority. He's trying to work out what my goal is. Is it kindness or is it malice? He's trying to convince himself that it's kindness. Sorry man, but I'm just a shitty guy. I'm 10 times worse than you ever imagined. I'm still bearing a grudge for the time you laughed at me and said I'll end up being another working stiff. Shit man. You serious? Korean barbecue? Your treat? Sure. Got the cash for it from my prize winnings and royalties. I can cover it. You can get me back with your first paycheck. It's a deal, Hasia. Not that I even have the job yet. A farce. And many more waiting. So many more. With his bosses, his parents, his partners, his co-workers, trading empty pleasantries, foisting coded expressions of favorability upon one another, while keeping one's true feelings hidden, all while mistaking financial relationships and the pecking order for genuine trust. Even as we comprehend the reality of it all, our collective devotion to capitalism leads us to turn a blind eye to the niceties, helpless before its blessing, the salary. You all keep maintaining the lie. Eat as much as you like. Gusa chugs his beers. The meat sizzles on the grill. Alcohol, that poison, eats away at his judgment, gradually erodes his inhibitions. So, do you have any of your own business cards, Hasia? Nah, I don't need them. I suppose my book is my card. But it'll be a pain in the ass to carry them around, huh? Yes, I can imagine you bowing and exchanging business cards. You're not built for that? I don't know actually. With a bunch of corporate experience from meetings and stuff. More than university students anyway. Right, yeah. Why the long face? Come on, you're about to launch your career. You're only going to be heading up from here. Yeah, moving up by bowing down and browning my nose. It's corporate life for you, not that I'll know. I know you always look down on that stuff. I mean, I think it's shit too. I hate it. This is how it is. Seriously, man, what's up with you? Sure, it might seem pointless to me, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And unless my books do well, I'll be trash as far as society is concerned. I get that. And get all sad, drunk on me. We are pre-celebrating you getting a job. Yeah, you're right, yeah. I can see it in your eyes, the way you fear people at the same time as you look down on them. Yeah, I know. The resting bitch face, so sue me. That's not what I mean. Can't do what you do. I can't stare the world down like that. Can't tell if it's a compliment or an insult. Bit of both, I guess. Think I can hack in life? I don't know, but you're getting by in college and you're doing okay with the job hunt, so I figure you'll muddle through. Yeah, this is just my life. Muddling through. You stop giving me that look. No, that was unfortunately the face that I was born with. Thanks for the dinner. No need to thank me. It was a celebration. It was really special for me. I mean that, like, I was grateful, but also it wasn't all good feelings, I was uneasy too. I don't know what I'm saying. I bet you'll be able to put these feelings into words. Everyone's scared of change. That's all it is. No, you don't know everything, Asya. Honestly, it scares me that I've stayed the same all this time. You ate meat for dinner, Oni-chan? Yeah, I took a friend out. You did? Yeah, see, I can be nice. I did good, right? Hmm, but you don't really believe that gifts and dinners can make a person happy. After all, it wouldn't work on you. That's because if I want something, I can buy it myself. I'm satisfied with the random food I usually eat, and I get a kick out of doing people a favor and making them feel like they owe me. But that's me that we're talking about. Normies enjoy normal stuff. You aren't even aware of the biggest gift you can give, Anisha. What, you think I have something more to offer? Opening your heart? Even just a tiny bit. In the same way as you hurt other people, you can share your own pain with others. People aren't all as bad as you think they are. There's no need for that. I know I called him a friend, but I'm not as close as you seem to think. That's not true, Oni-chan. I'm sure that the people around you are more interested in being friends with you than you realize. It's all a distraction. I have you to talk to. I don't need anyone else. Or if I go away one day, then I'll go with you. Come this far together, till death do us apart. Okay? Till death do us apart. Poor Oni-chan, I'll be with you for the rest of your life. Don't you forget that. Good night. Don't particularly like the 3D world, but nor do I really care for the 2D. Once I started to think that fictional characters are just people, anime and manga lost their shine. Or rather, they are the products of people. But anyway, yeah. If they are the products of people, they are mere extensions of the people as well. If you don't like people, then I guess you wouldn't like that either. The road of seduction leads straight to hell. Who are we, Adam and Eve, cast out from Eden? Crazed summer lust bears its keen fangs, madness and sanity, together in heaven. Southern All-Stars, Erotica 7. Time to take a drink. Ew, what's he frowning for? Come on, guy, can't you smile? You stupid. To you, Hasiachi's always on that nihilist shit. It's cool. You just don't get it. I didn't ask for your opinion. Look, I gotta hit work anyway. Catch you boys later. Where you working, the massage parlor? Dope. Drop by and see you sometime. You better. See ya. Why did I agree to come with Dokudami and meet this hooker? Because he texted me, quote, Yo, Hasiachi, Jake will agree to fuck you. Come and meet us at this fast food place. Really? And I thought, well, why not? Getting high with him was an adventure in its own right, and this seemed like another one. Could be good fodder for a novel, I thought. Clearly, I was still high. The girl took umbrage at my attitude. Umbrage. Apparently, being a pessimist isn't in, and bounced. So what? I wouldn't have slept with her anyway. She reeked of nicotine. I don't get the point of broadcasting I'm a dumbass who would do anything to look cool, but to each their own. I, at least, call cigarettes what they are, nicotine. Real smokers get all cute about it. I'll go to grab another pack of smokes. Can't go anywhere without my cancer sticks. The only people who talk this way are uneducated and coarse. Those without so much as a shred of appreciation for beauty. Worst of all are those who walk and smoke. I just don't get it. The visuals, okay, yes, I get it. There's an aesthetic to it, like the muted grey you see everyone in Showa era TV. But come on, come in. If you're going to smoke, dress up like a gentleman or a sexy svelte fox, for God's sake. I don't have a bone to pick with cigarettes themselves. It's the smokers, the hookers, the hosts, the rough men slouching to its middle age. It's like they're rebelling against their tawdry selves by embracing the new identity, the smoker. They never understand my perspective. They'll carry right on spouting these cute little euphemisms, getting their fix or smoking like a chimney, all the way to grave and on to hell. Dokudami doesn't even seem to care that his hooker friend is gone. Sure you don't want to go after her? I thought you wanted to introduce us. Too late, she's gone, whatever. This lets us chill outside work for a change. Are you sure she won't be mad at you? Nah. Girls like her don't care. Focus is not about forming relationships. The guy starts talking about complex shit, she dips. When she misses having a warm body in her bed, she comes back. She'll leave you for another guy without the second thought, but she eats up the idea of love and friendship. You know, sappy crack like that. Calls me up when she feels lonely, and if I wanna, I say sure. That's all there is to it. Maybe so, but I think you made her upset. Yeah, well, she'll live. That's how it goes with men and women. Women exist for men to get jazzed about, you know? They're there for guys like you and me to talk about. Just like we're doing right now. But I don't like it when a guy gets so down bad for a girl that he ignores his bros. Men belong with men and women with women. Probably bitch about us amongst themselves just like we're doing. How do you meet her anyway? The girl who was here just now? One of those massage parlors. What do you mean, those? The sex parlor. They're everywhere these days. On paper, the girls stop just sort of fucking you. So dumb chicks are like, hey, that's not so bad, I can get in on this. And that's why they're everywhere now. Because the world's full of dumb young chicks. And they're all hard up? Don't know about that. Being a woman's about projecting image, see? You've got to have the right accessories and catch the right guys. And that takes cash, cash, cash. Got to keep their fit fresh. Keep their choice in boys fresh. As they're competing with each other. Their lives are a cutthroat competition with other women. The girl who was just here, she doesn't want to pay $1,000 a month for a music subscription, so she pirates all her tunes even though it's a pain in the ass. Turns around and drops 200,000 yen on a handbag, zero hesitation. It's all girls in the business thing. That's pretty philosophical for a guy who works nights in a convenience store. Yeah, well, I'm getting tired of running wild. Know what I mean? I'm getting old. Good fuck here and there. I hit off something now and then. I ride my motorbike, that's all I need. You're barely older than me. Yep. I love my bike. Fell in love with her and I never looked back, cause when I'm riding her, nothing else matters. The girls and the drugs just a break from the bike. Once I realized that, light bulb went on. Now I'm not working, I'm out on the road. There's something romantic about that. Romantic my ass. That's all I've got going for me. You do that writing stuff, right? Your books and shit. You're someone who could be somebody. I'm not. I don't know. I think there's a kind of romance in having nothing going for you. Nothing going for me, you little... Well, you're right. Never been a good-looking son of a gun. And that's never been enough for me. That's been enough for me. I cared about school, career. The only thing I ever loved was going out with my bros for a ride. My first fuck was alright, in a way, but I learned before long that I'd rather have a bike under me than a chick. Doesn't stop you from hookups, it seems. Case in point, the girl who was just here. You get how it is though. Dudes are dumb. Go around saying all this tough shit, but can't quit the goals or the nicotine. We're animals, yeah? We live to reproduce. That's in the Bible, I think. Be fruitful or multiply or some shit. King feels too good to resist. Some guys try to be tougher than that, try to fight the urge to fuck. It's kind of tough in and of itself, don't you think? I'm sort of jealous of you, actually. You got a, what do you call it, a biological instinct? Got one too, but you try to fight it, and I kind of with that. It's important to fight it, I think. Is that how you see it? Isn't that how it is? What else are you writing your dumb books for, huh? Maybe you're right. Hey, Hasiashi, you're gonna quit this job soon, aren't you? Is it that obvious? Yeah, I could just sense it. You weren't born to live like me. Man, you weren't meant to work night shifts at a convenience store. You don't belong here. You're not supposed to fall for these tramps at the massage parlors and maid cafes. You gotta stay strong. Easier said than done when you're introducing them to me. I would have gotten you out of your room somehow. You wouldn't have shown up without her. He's got me there. I would have very likely said no if he'd asked me to come grab a bite with him outside of work. His intuition is, yet again, spot on. I wonder if it just comes naturally to punks or other near-animal creatures. Although, if you follow that line of reasoning to its logical conclusion, perhaps I, the mind reader, am the most animalistic of all. Actually, I'm almost certain that's true. I am, any way you slice it, a coward. A coward who longs for a simple, unpretentious life, like the one led by the man in front of me. You're an honest guy, huh, Suchi? You think so? Yeah, I never looked at you and thought, this guy's got something he's not telling me. You wear a heart on your sleeve. His powers of intuition legitimately impress me. Anyway, you know any good ways to make easy money? Forget everything we said. Money's more important than all that. Money makes the world go around. You look like one of those egghead computer types, so I bet you know all sorts of ways to make quick cash. I take it back. I think he may be a dumbass, plain and simple. Hey, you still out down the hang after you quit your job? I'll consider it, but why do you want to hang out with me? Moron. We spend too many nights together. That's gotta count for something. No one knows where humanity is headed, Oni-chan. But that doesn't stop people from assuming we're all following some sort of shared trajectory. Capitalism is nothing more than a collective delusion, but even as people delude themselves into believing it's real, they just as strongly pretend that money isn't an end-all be-all. They pretend that things like love and friendship actually matter. Maybe that's the right thing to do. After all, pretending that love is real leads to having more children, and yet at the same time the birth rates keep falling in developed countries. The smarter we become, the more marriage looks like a fool's exercise, and separation seems like the more intelligent option. But isn't that backward? I don't think people believe in forever anymore. Not more until death. Not more until death do us apart. Rather, more and more people are reaching the conclusion that it's more logical to pour energy into a single night of fun than a lifetime of drudgery. Those are the same people who stay up all night drinking or roll down the highway with their souped-up motorbikes. Maybe having been a rebel at some point in your life is just more fun than the alternative. But that goes against everything society dictates, doesn't it? What is society when it comes down to it? What is love? No one knows. Maybe that's why we rebel. Russia, are you not flying along like a winged troika? Whither then? Are you speeding, a Russia of mine? Nikolai Gogol, dead souls. Wait, hold on. I can't recall for some reason. He's the monkey, right? He's the monkey. Yeah. Who was that? Oh yeah, that was the friend. Okay, okay. So let's just go back here. Yeah, sometimes just randomly forget things. It's incredible. Rich, you say I'm talking nonsense, and yet you said a woman is in her prime at 19. Chisato Moritaka, even when I'm old. Our family bonds are as fragile as sugar glass. The slightest sudden impact could shatter the ground beneath our feet. When I come down to the living room, Mum is glaring at her household expenses app. I already have a bad feeling about it before she murmurs, I barely have any savings, out loud. Enough for us some year. I've been able to contribute a little towards the household bills since I started working part-time, and I've entered the chunk when I got my prize money. I'm covering my own tuition through loans and a scholarship. Dad has a stable income. If she's barely staying in the black, there's got to be something going on with her. I need a new outfit to outshine the other mums. He's got to be at the next PTA meeting. He's handsome and he's a single father. I got to doll myself up for when I use my special move to get close to him. Oh, my daughter won't go to school and things are so difficult. Figures. I don't really get it, but apparently there's this amazing guy who's been attending the PTA meetings recently, and all the mums have their eyes on him. Sure enough, mums are late blooming sakura. Seems her goal is just to get him into bed. It's like she hasn't matured since high school, setting her sights on the most popular guy. My daughter's like a closed book. Can you help me get through to her? Yeah, that's it. Something like, I've been waiting for someone like you. Would be way too much. I need a new outfit. Smart. How to come up with a pretext to talk to him. How to get her hands on a flashy new dress to catch his eye. From her thoughts alone, you would think she was some fresh young girl, and in reality, these are the self-interested calculations of a middle-aged cat. And the majority of these calculations revolve around getting laid. Yikes. It's hard to accept that your parents have sex drives. Sensing that her husband is about to walk through the door, the middle-aged woman disappears from the dinner table to avoid him. A surly middle-aged man enters in her wake. We rarely see him in these days. It's been a long time since all three of us were in the same room. Besides just me and him now. How's things going with that light novel or whatever it is? Oh, it's coming along. This anime stuff's all Greek to me. Women's eyes are too big. It's tasteless. As if you have any taste in women, and get smart with me. My father sleeps with sex workers. I expect that's common enough for men his age. From reading his mind, it seems that he and his co-workers hit up the cat houses to have a little fun. I suppose there are worse ways to blow up steam. He started falling for one of the girls, and he can't work out whether the affection she shows him is all business or if he has a shot at something real with her. He has terrible taste in women. Any objective observer could tell him that he's just a mark. Still, he wavers between his midlife crisis, praying maybe this girl is real, and his self-restraint telling him there's no way. Each of our parents is harboring feelings for someone other than their partner, like they're experiencing high school crushes all over again. To be frank, it makes me sick. But what can you do? Both of them are angling for divorce, but most importantly, they both want to come out on top afterward. Each is waiting for the other to slip up and leave definitive proof of their cheating. So it's gotten to the point where even being in the same room inevitably devolves into a fight. My mother provokes the husband she's supposed to love, hoping that he'll finally snap and hit her, because I help her with the divorce proceedings. Playing the abused wife card will give her the upper hand. For his part, my father finds a certain release in lodging his shrill harpy of a wife into submission. Their fervent arguments get their middle-aged adrenaline pumping, transforming them into raging beasts. Deep down, both of them get a sick thrill from embracing their base instincts. I guess in Japan, they still, I guess they don't have no-fault divorce. I think in Singapore, I can't recall if it's been implemented here or it was already implemented for a few years, but I think actually allowed to have a no-fault divorce in Singapore now, so that you don't have to find proof of the other side cheating and whatever anymore. So that will definitely help certain things. Actually, they might just be perfect for each other. Shit, gone and fallen for a damn prostitute. Kid doesn't even seem to know that women exist, or maybe he's secretly a real player. Damn, I envy him. I've never played the field. Don't I deserve a little reward for raising two kids? Maybe my girl from the cat house is looking for a daddy. I clearly have superior genes. One of my kids is a writer, and the other one's a goddamn child prodigy. If I knock up my sweetie, I'll step up, won't I? I'm sure the gods will be on my side after all I've done for that fat pig. You're young, Hasia. Get out there and play the field. Or let me take your place, if only. Time for a pose with beer, my little reward for a life of hard work. I'm the best. Oh, he's awfully full of himself as well. I feel sick. Though I suppose I only have myself to blame for snooping around in someone else's mind. Let's head back to my room, my oasis. Their shrieking carries even to my second-floor sanctuary, spurring my thoughts onward. Sahana, what would you do? And this is totally hypothetical. What would you do if Mum and Dad divorced? I'll go wherever you go. How did you arrive at that conclusion? Because I want to be with the person who'd be most lonely. You wouldn't want to be on your own either, would you? Nope. And that's why we'll always be together. You're right. Then I guess it wouldn't matter which parent we were with. I like it being just the two of us. You're the one I worry about. And I worry about you. Yep, I know. And that's why we'll always be together. Indeed. You don't really like phones. Oh, do you, Onichan? That's unusual for someone your age. I guess it makes sense. You don't like anywhere that people gather, and your phone gives you the same feeling. A phone is a technological window between you and countless other people. From your perspective, what could be more terrifying? Nonetheless, you have one to prove you're still here. Ah, this again. Oh, so I suppose it is actually matching whichever one you are at. That makes sense. I suppose they correspond in some manner. The, I don't know, is it called a kitsune? So is it like with that Jiraiya looking person? Okay, the inspiration that turns nothing into something does not come idly. It requires rummaging through stacks of notes, pacing about with arms crossed, sighing deeply, fretting over wasted time, fighting the temptation to rehash, jotting down ideas as they come, and then rejecting them all, drinking coffee, despairing that your talent has dried up, taking eye drops, washing your hands with soap, reading back over your notes yet again. You must hold firm through all of this. Hoshi Shinichi. This wacky background song. I think it's literally called autism. Okay, even Hershey Shinichi will tell you, ideas don't come easily. When the words aren't flowing, the words aren't flowing. I stare at my notes app, trying to think of a good idea for a light novel, but the page stays stubbornly blank. Eventually, I give up the act and tab over to my browser. Before I know it, I'm scrolling a fellow writer's feed, muttering, "Go on, tell us all how much your editor loves you, you son of a bitch." I don't really have any strategies for dealing with writer's block. At this point, it might even be worth going outside. I hate going outside. There's no reason having an unpleasant experience. That having an unpleasant experience should summon inspiration, but from where I am, no proposed source is too illogical. Give me a witch, a palm reader. For an author, writer's block is the ultimate torture. Life must be so easy when you can go out under the sun. Daylight makes the brain release a mood-regulating neurotransmitter called serotonin. These guys get happy just walking around, while we authors are out here writing about characters being driven to homicide because the sun was too bright. This whole damn city pisses me off. I mean, look at this shit. See that couple? Oh, coming straight from a glitzy hotel. There's got to be some 20 years between them. Man's in the older one, of course. A balding old geezer and a young lady in a chic dress, walking side by side like, "It's your friend, isn't it? I mean, your date." Hold up, I know that girl. That's Tenjiku Botan. Oh yeah, I forgot her name. Yeah, Botan. The one who took me out to tea in Itabukuro the other day. Huh. Well, I guess that's the way of the world. Cuteness and feminine appeal don't come free. She trades a priceless youth for cold hard yen. Middle-aged men are flush with cash, but starved for love, so it's a win-win. It's like a swing and the guy's reaching out. You use that money to make herself prettier, go to Korea for liposuction or jaw surgery, and use her ideal face to get more out of a brief youth. It's materialistic, but there's a logic to it. She fawns over the man all the way down the street until they go their separate ways. Does he have somewhere he has to be? I wonder what he does. I bet he blows money on girls and then works back more than the difference, drowning out his stress with love for sale. His cash is better off bolstering young people's finances than rotting in his savings, I guess. Then again, she might just spend it all on men herself. There's a reason why they say hosts are at the top of the food chain. I guess sugar babying isn't uncommon, but it's still a rush to see a girl I know getting in on the action. Look at her though. She plastered on that fake smile all the way down the street, but she seemed real down when they parted ways. Maybe she really likes him. I guess he's paying her and they're sleeping together. Better for her if she does. But she turns towards me. I haven't exactly been trying to hide myself, so our eyes meet right away. At this distance, yep. I wonder if she'll react badly, but she just trots up to me with the same smile when we first met. Talk about nerves of steel. Fancy meeting you here, Sensei. Not stalking me, are you? She sounds totally unconcerned. Is she hoping to brute force her way out of a compromising situation? I could read her mind if I wanted, but I don't feel like it. It's more fun to not know. You can't just skip to the answer page every time. Just passing by, I hit a wall with my book, so I hit it out to clear my mind. Don't worry, I'm not the kind of guy to get in on your case about that kind of stuff. Aren't you even slightly curious about why I'm doing it, Sensei? A little, I guess, but whatever's going on, I'm not going to think less of you. That's kind of you, and cruel too. I strive to be a realist. Her breathing is uniform. If she's hiding her embarrassment, she's a damn good actress. More likely, she's comfortable with what she's doing. Maybe I've misjudged her just a bit. What is the music? It's a bit out of tune. Is it intentional? It's not what you think, Sensei. I know there's a hotel back where we came from, but it's not like that. I lent a ear and he smiled at him, and he paid me for my time, that's all. Maybe you only grab lunch, but I'm guessing the app you met on usually caters to more. Sensei, that's mean. She lets wealthy older men take out for meals and earns money flattering them, while her clients feel validated by the compliments they buy. As long as they're both on the up and up, it's not my business. I do wonder how they both feel deep down, but I can only speculate. Would you like to go somewhere together, Sensei? This is a funny way to meet again, but it feels like it's fate. Is getting paid to date men fate too? No, it's a survival strategy. Being alive is a constant battle, you know? Ah, interesting answer. Alright, where are you thinking? How about I take you on a tour of my college? I was just heading in for club. Sugar babying before college, huh? I wonder how many girls in my class did the same thing back when I was going. Wouldn't be surprised if some of them were taking discreet shifts at the soap straddling men's backs for money in their free time. 1 hour of tantalizing almost contact pays out tens of thousands of yen. So there's always takers. I wonder how much Bertan made in a lunch break. Does it disgust her to think that fancy dress was paid for by old men with spare change and libido? Then again, clothes are clothes. I just don't want to regret my life. Everyone wants to shine, don't they? I could never make it as an idol or an influencer, but I'm still young and pretty enough to stand out in the alt crowd. The world doesn't reward doing things the right way, so it's smarter to use what I have, don't you think? All the boys my age would have empty pockets anyway. All they have to offer is love, and love does not buy new nice clothes or more ribbons in my hair. Not everyone can live their dreams like you can, Sensei. The rest of us have to make the most of the now. Where did all of that come from? Going to write about this, aren't you, Sensei? I can see it on your face. You got me. I do understand, though, as much as a guy can. I'm sure that I'll do some sugar babying or concept cafe work if I was your age. I can sympathize with wanting to make money off yourself while you're still worth something. Right now, I can upload a photo shoot in pretty clothes and the whole world will come to see. I don't want to miss the only chance I'll get for unconditional adoration. Funny, it's the other way around for guys. Get out of school, you start slaving away, banking cash, so they control their weight around. Sell their youth to buy middle-aged sex. Guess it's a question of whether you want your debauchery early or late. But yeah, different, Sensei. You became a writer. I'm sure a lot of people are jealous of you. And I don't think you're bad in the bad looks department either, do you? Thanks, I guess, but contrarians like me aren't part of the equation. We get to live unusual lives, but we'll never be happy. The way I was born, I don't get to be happy. It's exactly why I can't find it in me to scoff at people like her who's chasing it with all they've got. Everyone should be happy if they can manage it. The Intercorp. Ah, this is my club, the Manga Research Society. You're in the manga club, huh? I know what you're thinking, senpai. No one really cares about manga. This is just a place for losers who want to be part of something but don't want to commit. And I'm a dumb bimbo who loves being their queen. I did not say that. I was in the literature club myself back in the day. Although it's true most people at these places don't really care about being creative. If you say so, sensei. Alright, my loyal drones are waiting. Time to master all the sparkle of my youth and live the best life of luxury an ordinary girl could hope for. I use my ill-gotten looks to indulge in the desire and validation of penniless students and wallow in fleeting ecstasy. You make it sound all so wonderful. Botan is a strange girl. She's a temptress, sure, but she keeps her sights set low. Online, she barely stands out. In real life, she's sticking to old men on dating apps and the insecure losers at her club. Her cunning is oddly self-aware, frail even, and a bravado somehow. It's always nice to see someone living true to themselves. Maybe there's a novel in this. Is it wrong to pawn your innocence to make the most of your fleeting youth? That could fly as a central theme. It's contemporary. Don't know if it could work in a light novel, but seems worth exploring. Call it taking a swing, or a young author's gamble. Some things you just can't write convincingly unless you're around the right age. Well, I would say actually this is a theme that has been shown throughout almost all of human history, actually. I suppose it just takes different forms. Master Hoshi. Maybe I can't delight the world with outlandish science fiction like you can, but by putting the curious subtleties of the human experience to words, I can illustrate the lives of people fighting to defy reality's cruelties. Her eyes, though, they have a foxy gleam. It's hard to look away. Are you going to save? Did you find an idea for your book yet, Oni-chan? I did, and I found some sunlight too. I'm feeling a little better today. I don't like the sun. The moon's so much nicer. The sun makes everything all muggy and hot, but the moon just watches over us gently. Oh, that's bad enough. Imagine being in the tropics. I see why you like it. Your skin's so pale and your hair's so white. You're much more made for nighttime. That makes sense. Writers are made for nighttime too. What will you write under? The moon's faint light, Oni-chan. I'm thinking maybe about female strength. Write about strength? About a kind of strength that knows its own limitations, its own weakness. Do you think you're weak, Oni-chan? I wonder. I still produce serotonin like everyone else when I walk around in the afternoon sun. I act all misanthropic, but I'm just an animal, really. So maybe that's weakness. But there's an honesty to it that I find appealing too. Do you think honesty is strength or weakness? I don't think it's strength to speak without thinking, but defying such expectations to stay true to yourself, that's kind of a strength. Maybe, but I find it hard to see the difference. Maybe I should ask the moon. Good idea. Ask it for you, whether the two of us are weak. I don't think the moon will tell you. It's too kind. That's what makes it so strong. You should go to sleep while still looking down on us, Oni-chan. Alright, sweet dreams, Sahana. Sweet dreams indeed. Goodbye. Now I'm still continuing this. Imagine how your life would be if your head was filled with white noise day in and day out. And sometimes that noise speaks in a human voice. Just die already. All you are is a burden to other people. Your life has no value. That'll suck, right? You can't block it out. You hear it even through your headphones. You get sick of it, wouldn't you? Yes, that would be quite maddening. It would be even worse, for instance, if it was, let's just say, in your own head. Bats. I'm sorry for being a human being. Osamu Dazai. He's like the guy, is he the guy who wrote like No Longer Human? I think they talked about it before or something. For the first time ever, our literature club sold out of its Lit Flea anthologies. All 50 copies gone. 50 floppy volumes are rattling around out there in the big wide world. It's amazing in a way. It's amazing that 50 people shelled out hard-earned cash for the work of a bunch of rank amateurs. Regrettably, I am the sole source of our newfound success. Many of the people who came up to our booth said they liked my work or asked which of us was Hasuya-sensei, prompting an eyebrow twitch from Hiyakawa-senpai every time. Sorry, senpai, the world is a cruel place, as is the industry. Well, you always need some sort of flagship guy or, some sort of champion, right? Yes, they do seem a little bit distorted, perhaps. The bookmark still seems pretty okay, though. Look, senpai, we sold out. Thanks to your fans. I'm not going to lie. I don't like your tone. Well, it is what it is. I lucked out in getting published, and hey, this means that you're getting more eyes on your work. Could be that they'll like your story better than mine. I doubt it. People are biased. They'll gravitate towards the work of a pro over some dumb college student. Do you think of the other short stories in the collection? I value your opinion. Amateur hour. Few were written with any serious care, and even fewer were worth the paper they were written on. It's impressive in a way. Been in serious care. It sounds like an insult. Reading too much into it. I think everything I say is an insult. Because 90% of it is. But hey, that's how it works between us. He wants to stand on the same sanctified stage that I occupy. He wants to duke it out with me in the ring. Bring it on, senpai. Let's brawl on the stage of society, where writing is judged purely by its entertainment value. I can't be the only one taking all the hits. I'll wind up punch drunk. I can't do it alone. You and I will be Joe Yabuki and Carlos Rivera, both down for the count. That's what you want, isn't it, senpai? Isn't that the world that you dream of? We have to keep writing, senpai. We have to write more. You have what it takes to break into the publishing scene. Who cares about getting published? I don't write for mass appeal. For the intellectuals, then. Totally insulting me now. I learned from the best, senpai. Still working my core thesis. It hasn't come together yet. It's hard, conveying philosophical truth. Whose philosophies are you writing based on? I would say, but the names will mean nothing to you. Try me. If you can't tell me, how will you ever be able to communicate it to the average reader? What? You think name-dropping Foucault or Lacan will get my point across better? Maybe I know a little Foucault. Well, alright then. I could pursue the point, but even he doesn't know what he's saying. His brow is a perpetual furrow of wrinkles. I'll have you know that there's a lot of important literature that has never seen commercial success. Whatever you say, senpai, that's what stops me. Supposing someone did offer to publish your work, though? That's a big supposition. Until then, I would just write what I liked. I wrote whatever I wanted for Litflea, didn't I? I don't like people imposing constraints on my art. Sure, it's hard to keep all the pedantic rambling with an editor breathing down your neck. Well, yes, I suppose. You ever talked with an editor, senpai? Not exactly. The plow carves fresh rows of wrinkles in his face with each sentence. Listen, you really ought to keep improving. One day, you'll be ashamed you ever debuted with such a shoddy book. You think it's shoddy? I do. It's just barely publishable. It's basically a gimmick with no hope of a sequel. Clearly, you didn't know how to write anything better. Noted for future reference. You little son of a... What does the publishing industry even mean to you, senpai? A goddess, the object of his affections, to be earned over night after sleepless night. Or a devil, the object of a burning hatred so strong it consumes the hater. A trap that snares the willing, to compromise their vision. Although I admit a handful of truly talented people do come along once in a blue moon. Like who? You have to ask? Obviously, Kyogoku Natsuhiko for one, Mori Hiroshi for another, and everyone else is a cheap hack. I wouldn't go that far, but, what do you think about the commercial aspect of your work or the industry itself? It's a conglomeration. What? Relationships, values, money, time, distribution patterns, love, hatred is a conglomeration of all those things. Stop pretending to be some kind of author. I am quite literally and definitionally an author. By the way, senpai, I read the story you posted online. That whole thing? You really like cute girls, don't you? Female lead is an important fixture in any story. Meanwhile, your stuff has no eye candy worth mentioning. The way you are constantly complaining protagonist drones on and on. I feel like I'm reading your autobiography. Want to be one of those genuine talents you spoke of, don't you? Of course I do. That's why I'm here, in the club. Good luck to both of us, I guess. Yeah, I guess. We have to write. We have to write. Write what? Words. And what are words? Put enough words together and you get sentences. Put enough sentences together and you get a book. Right. Print lots of copies of a book, load them into trucks and ship them to bookstores across the nation. Right? Convince a bunch of random strangers around the country to exchange their hard-earned wages for said books. Right? Is that all writing is? Stringing sentences together? Assembling a bunch of words? Words that someone else made up in the first place? Senpai, having genuine talent is the most isolating thing there is. Tragedy is a writer's ink. Isn't that right, Senpai? Making literature is a simple matter of experiencing great tragedy and regurgitating it upon the page exactly as it happened. Who gives a damn about style or structure? I sure don't. That's not real literature. That's phony stuff. The ones who have been disenfranchised since birth, the ones with the competitive edge, they're the ones with the true talent. Isn't that right, senpai? But it's not enough to have personal tragedy. Anyone can die unloved and unmissed without becoming a literary giant. Throw it all away, senpai. Abandon it. Abandon everything. The entire world. You have to. Otherwise, you can never truly write. Those phonies you're talking about, they're the ones who don't abandon everything. They're the ones who just write to meet popular demand. I agree with you, senpai. I really, truly do. But at least I'm in the ring. You're the coward heckling from the sidelines. A far more pathetic role. Listen, senpai, I'm tired. I'm tired of standing up here all alone. It hasn't even been a year since I stepped into the ring. And yet I've spent a full 20 years mired in phonies and fakes. Please, senpai, don't be like them. Come, be genuine with me. Please, 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 senpai. Come, save me. Come save me, Yakawa senpai. I've jettisoned everything from my life. Save my sister. Night after night, Hayakawa senpai churns out social media post after social media post. Hot jealousy simmers in his chest and sets him trembling. No, I don't want to be one of those pitiful hacks who writes whatever sells. What's a literary debut worth anyway? Getting a book published is easy. Getting your second book published, now that's the hard part. No one ever published these days has any talent. They're all phonies. All they care about is their reader reviews. They're slaves under their editor's thumbs. If you're going to be a slave, be a slave to literature. Real philosophy, maybe read philosophy, sorry. Maybe learn something for a change. You're coasting through life. The lot of you. Capitalism's rubes. Commercial authors. Who cares and gives a damn about commercial authors? His turbid emotions are a rivulet of mud that seep into the broader currents of the cyber sea. Please, senpai, don't be like them. Come, be genuine with me. Please, 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 senpai. Come save me. Come save me, Mikawa senpai. You and I share a personal tragedy, don't we, senpai? Don't we bleed from the same wounds? You're like me, you're a genuine, just like me. Please, senpai. I've jettisoned everything from my life save my sister. What is that? Flower. Hmm, interesting. So that's, oh, that's gone. Hmm, okay. Oh, are they like, maybe 3 each, potentially? The Roman slave was held by fetters. The wage laborer is bound to his owner by invisible threads. Karl Marx, Capital, a critique of the political economy. Is that the same as Das Kapital? I have never read it. Iguza's message was short and to the point, which told me exactly how he felt. Got the job. It's not with a major company, more the kind of place you'll end up if you just plug away at the job hunt. But he has a lot riding on this, and I can sense his sense of satisfaction at having made a big life decision. He must feel fulfilled to have reached such a major milestone. I bet he feels very content. It depresses me a little to know that I'll have to congratulate someone who has decided to take the sunlit path of a socially acceptable life, which runs in direct opposition to my own. Maybe I'll think of it as more practice at social ceremony. I suppose people have to suppress such emotions as they learn to navigate life in society and to conform to capitalism. Anyway, it'll be uninspired to treat him to BBQ again, and I kind of feel weird taking him out for a meal in general. To be honest, my money won't last long if I keep treating people to lavish dinners. That was a one-time splurge. I might as well look up the place Ikusa's going to be working. Comparison is the thief of joy. Honestly, if you're privileged enough to live in a developed nation and you focus on yourself and live modestly, you should be pretty happy. But the internet is a comparison machine. You can access any information in an instant, compare yourself to it, and instantly get depressed. On odd occasion, you might instead revel in a sense of superiority and feel better. Gusa's company is a subcontractor. Apparently, they're in the business of establishing sales channels to sell imported office chairs to companies in bulk. They operate on a microscopic scale, and the view count for their business intro video is into the double digits. Not surprising given that there's nothing noteworthy about it. Has he survived 20 years on planet Earth for this? As far as I'm aware, office chairs have had zero impact on him so far, except of course on your spine if you sit on them wrongly. But I guess that's life, huh? I never felt a hint of fulfillment from my job at the convenience store. It is a form of training. Still, I have no choice but to work for those paltry wages. That's how it is. I have a right to escape the prison of labor. Why don't we take a little trip to Igusa's future workplace? With Karl Marx accompanying us, apparently. Like a field trip? Igusa's here. He's torn between wanting to brag about his new job and feeling apprehensive about coming face to face. Accompanied by a friend, no less, with the fact that the company is nothing special. I play innocent. I want to see where my best buddy is going to be working. Come on, it'll be fun. Well, okay, I interviewed at company HQ, so I guess it's a good thing to check out the place where I'll actually be working. Man, I can't believe you're going to be a white collar worker. That's a big deal. Come on, man. Being an author is a way bigger deal. Such a pointless conversation. The sun is setting. Orange light diffuses the sky. It's that fleeting liminal time between day and night. Actually, liminal, what does that mean? Is it like in between spaces? That's why they have like the liminal, there's like some sort of trend going on at some point about liminal spaces. A time for people who belong to neither. 40 minutes along an insignificant train line. 15 minutes walk through a neighborhood where the station building is the only major facility. Igusa's future workplace comes into view, the place that will occupy 1/3 of his every weekday. There's a chain restaurant nearby that serves beef bowls. Lucky Gusa. He likes the bibimbap. The bibimbap. Okay, sorry. Bibimbap one. So this is the place you're going to dedicate your life to. I don't intend to stay here forever. Ordinary, mundane, run-of-the-mill, commonplace, bland, safe, mediocre, standard, average, simple, trite, nondescript, a perfectly normal office unworthy of any special mention, nothing to write home about. Middle-aged men and women sit at grey office desks, typing industriously before monitors and piles of documents, while one or two younger people squirm with boredom. Only the chairs seem to have had any thought paid to them, but even then, they are hardly luxury items. It's really just that someone put in slightly more effort here than anywhere else. The fluorescent lighting, the only visible excess and so Japanese, bathes the workers in a faint white glow. He'll spend 8 hours of every weekday in this space. If he's lucky, it could be longer. That's the devastating reality. But what can you do? The world works because fewer people succeed than not. So, oh, great light novel author, what do you think of it? No sugarcoating? Normal, right? And this is normality. Sit listlessly on the train each morning. Check the news or scroll through people's status updates on your phone, laugh at dumb viral videos. At the office, engage in banal chit-chat about all of the above. Head straight home after work, too exhausted to do anything else. Jerk off if you're feeling it. If not, drink. Then fall asleep. That's it. That's all anyone does. People who needlessly mock that life are the strange ones. You think I can't tell? Your loathing and superiority complex come across loud and clear. Your pretentious lives as creatives, lol. What's fucking weird? I don't get all this artistic marriage and critique shit. You play a game or put on some anime to relax, maybe jerk off if you get a little penis sexy character's panties. Job done. Is it really such an enlightened pursuit to discuss art? Just rationalizing your weird tastes and judgment? What purpose does it serve typing out those paragraphs? Can it grow food? Will it protect the village? Hey, I'm gonna kill it, selling office chairs to businesses that need them. I'll be doing sales, crunching numbers, all kinds of shit. I'll be contributing to society. Office workers the world over will be able to work free from back pain thanks to the chairs I recommend to them. Now there's something. I'm making a difference. Me. I'm the unsung hero working behind the scenes. Yup, a nice little cog in the vast machine. Hey, hey, we can't go back, can we? This is the end of the line for our youthful days of vague, inconsequential dreaming, contributing to society, working a real job. Isn't that just what it means to be a proper adult? Well, normally so, yes. Get what you're saying, but it doesn't change my mind. It's got nothing to do with me, whether I try to make it as a novelist or not. This is the moment in your life when you get a job. And a guy still dream after he gets a job. He can dream to quit his job. I don't know. I don't think you have much time for dreaming during the week. Probably far more productive to spend your time learning Excel or something. You think I'll stop watching anime and playing games? Generation before us didn't. Our young people today are even more blessed. We can do everything on our phones. Got the right personality to get by somehow, even if you're not earning money. Must be nice. You think so? Been working my ass off at the convenience store and they haven't quit yet. People are like ducks, all furious motion beneath the surface. They are like one of those swans. Got to earn money to support my lifestyle. Listen, ID fixe? If I ever heard one. Japan has a welfare system, remember? It's not about earning money. You want the status that comes with participating in society through wages. Oh yeah, the idea of doing nothing is terrifying. Is it? I love to spend my time doing nothing but reading books for all eternity. Think a balance of work and play is best, though fuck the 5-day, 40-hour work week. You spend even more time working on top of that, with overtime and events and stuff. It's capitalism for you. Only the business owners earn money without lifting a finger. Why's it gotta be that way? It's worldwide self-delusion. All agree to place our faith in the value of banknotes. In a sense, capitalism is the biggest religion in the world. People are willing to kill others, even themselves, all for the sake of money. Everyone struggles desperately over these little slips of paper. Yet if we all suddenly, collectively, decided to stop worshipping that fetish, the whole system would collapse. Money has been an object of faith throughout human history. So what can we even do? No clue. There's no meaning in life or death. Why are you even still alive if you hate the world so much? Sorry, man. Still want to write. A place where I can give a glib answer like that? I've no place without a job. If you've got a job, you've got somewhere to belong. The workplace. Humans are social creatures. Nothing's changed since the day where we hunted mammoths and shared the spoils. When we became separated from the herd, we got so distressed it felt like death was getting close at hand. Went through the job hunting process because you're afraid of dying. Now, even if it's a little awkward, you can belong to the herd. Isn't that grand? Me of all those boomers. Sure, the human body isn't designed to sit for long periods of time. Guys have to push fancy office chairs to keep people at their desks in unnatural positions for as long as possible. You cynical bastard. Gotta give me a pass. My usual sensibilities are what make me good at my work. Well, anyway, congrats on the job. I really mean it. You have advanced in your piece in the game of life. Guess we should head back soon then. If we keep on talking, we'll just end up getting tangled in the threads. The spider web. Chrysalis. The pupa dies without being able to break out of its cocoon. Unseen within the tangled threads, it writhes, then it dies. It wanted to fly. It wanted its wings. Wings meant freedom. Just once, it wished to bask in that narrow city sky. The pupa. Monkey. Not smart enough? Steal a bit of wisdom. We don't need lies to make it all match up. Won't be long, won't be long. Won't be long now until I reach you. Won't be long, won't be long. Everything I do is all for you. The Bubblegum Brothers won't be long. I can save here. Uh, well, I'll pause it for a bit.